What's going on? Welcome back to another interview edition of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman, and today we have Angie Villarreal, the country lead for Horizen in Mexico and Latin America. How are you doing today, Angie?
Hi there. I'm great.
Perfect. Pretty good. Now, this project may not sound familiar to you because it actually was previously ZenCash, which we have talked a lot about in the past. They just underwent a rebranding and a brand expansion. So we're going to really talk about that and how that impacts its future as far as investors, users, and speculators for this platform. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And I guess to start, if you just want to give us a quick background on yourself, and then we'll start talking about Horizen.
Okay. So hello to everyone. I'm Angie Villarreal. I'm from Mexico, from Monterrey, a city up north. And I'm the Horizen country lead for Mexico and Latin America. So, well, for me, it's been great having the pleasure to be part of the team. Now we've become to Horizen, which is also amazing. So I think we're gonna talk a little bit about the things we're doing and what we did this brand expansion, which I think it's very, very exciting.
Now, why did ZenCash choose to do the rebranding, and how was who decided the final name and how that went through? Did you guys interact with the community and miners and that kind of stuff? Or how'd you guys go about that rebranding issue?
Yeah, well, it was a whole process, I have to say. Our teams did an amazing work, not only the marketing team, but the whole team in general. We started by making a lot of research and a lot of input from the community, because we found out that we were evolving when we were trying to switch into this whole platform phase. Kind of like the ZenCash name was kind of like little for us. So we kind of like started thinking like we need to go further and start having a greater vision of the things we wanted to do and the things we wanted to accomplish. So it was a whole process. I have to say that the team really pulled this through the research and the inputs from the community. And that I think that that was how Horizen was born, by having a vision of becoming bigger and kind of like build an ecosystem around our platform and our technology. So I think that was kind of like the whole feeling behind, which was of course a lot of work in the process, but I think it went pretty great.
Are there any real main changes with the rebranding that's going on? Like, why does Horizen better represent you guys than ZenCash did in the past?
Well, we had the kind of like the cash word was pretty attached to us, because you automatically related to currency, right? So for us was like, okay, we need to set out our goals even further, to expand, of course, our brand into some other things that were bigger. So I think Horizen defines us in a way that we can continuously be improving our vision and the goals we have for the organization. So with ZenCash, we were only kind of like seeing and reflecting only a little bit about our platform, which was our cryptocurrency. And now in this whole evolving process, we now can talk about a platform, an ecosystem where you have different kind of like actors and people and community working together to achieve certain goals that go beyond and like kind of like reflecting the horizon.
Yeah, that's kind of how I saw it too. You know, you guys still have Zen, which is your privacy cryptocurrency, but I know you have projects such as ZenHide, ZenGrid, and so many more that you guys are already working on that kind of can be part of that Horizen ecosystem. And that way people realize, hey, we're not just another peer-to-peer digital cash, but we are working on all these other privacy products as well, which really give a value proposition to Zen itself. So that's how I kind of see it.
Exactly.
Now, is it going to be necessary to update any wallets or secure nodes or super nodes or anything like that, or is that automatically going to happen on its own?
No, I think it's not necessary. Of course, we have always improvements from our technical team when it comes to making our products to get better. But not when it comes to the brand expansion. I mean, we have the same kind of like the basis, the whole teams and everything. It's still the same. So the users, or the community, they don't have to worry about updating anything or anything like that. It's just more about how we want to show ourselves into the world. So when it comes to the product, the services, and the whole ecosystem we're trying to build, it's all the same, which of course we are, it's a working process. So yeah, we have still a lot of tasks and things to do.
Yeah, I know you guys did change like your Twitter address and your website URL, so I will have those in the description below, guys, so make sure to check those out. Because I know I tried to find you guys with your old Twitter, and I was like, oh, there's nothing here. So I had to search and try to find that.
Me too. I think it's kind of like getting used to it. You know, we have, of course, ZenCash is very kind of like into all of us, you know, kind of like inside. But we the way I see it is like we are becoming into something else, something bigger. That's kind of like my vision personally. You know, when I talk about Horizen, it's more about I have a whole team, an organization, and we have a whole platform. We're on our way to do that. So it's kind of like easy to relate into that. Not only like one little thing and like we do this and we're only like a privacy crypto. I think we go beyond that.
Perfect. Now that we kind of got the rebranding out of the way, what is the timeline for the implementation of the decentralized governance system you guys have been working on with a couple of your research and development partnerships that you guys have made?
Well, we have, I have to say, it's a very, very kind of like a very complex task. You know, it's not very easy because what I'm from the business development side, but also I do some marketing and things, you know, when it comes to the content in Spanish and some other things. But what I've seen from the teams is like, okay, maybe you have some idea, some concept in the theoretical way, and putting that into practice, sometimes you can take longer than expected. So I think I would say maybe by the end of the year, beginnings of the next year, we will have some pretty good improvements of the things that the teams are doing, you know, our engineering team, our scientists, and all the people that's behind the project. This is very important because a lot of people ask us about this, like, hey, how are you doing with improvements and with all the development of the different things? And I believe we prefer to like maybe take it a little bit slowly, but to give people or like the community like quality things and quality stuff instead of like start launching and sending like a lot of different projects that they don't work or maybe they have a lot of improvements left. So I think I'll have to say maybe by the end of the year we'll have some like very cool progress on that, and also by the beginning of the next year.
Perfect. Yeah, I know you guys are kind of taking your time. I've had discussions with Charles Hoskinson, and I know he is one of the research and development teams you guys have been working with Charles Hoskinson and IOHK. So I know he likes to make sure things are peer reviewed and almost finalized when they go live. They don't like to have a lot of bugs and issues, etc. So I know Rob has been talking that he wants to do the same approach. So that should be interesting. You know, that's going to be very important for, I guess I almost said ZenCash, but for Horizen and the ecosystem there with the secure nodes and super nodes you guys have on the network. So that's pretty exciting. And I know another thing you guys are working on is scalability. Now, this is always a hot topic in the crypto space. Do you guys have something in the works, and do you have a timeline for that? Are you looking for the governance and sidechain solutions to be around the same area of time, or what's going on there?
I also know that we have a kind of like a pretty tight research and development schedule. You know, when it comes to the whole different projects that we've been working on in the different departments, we're all trying to like kind of like have improvements or progress in you know different areas at the same time, which is also like kind of like complex, you know, like getting everything done like at once. But I think we are kind of like it's the same when it comes to the DAO. We prefer to really give a really strong support when it comes to the theoretical part, and then trying to make the practical way or like the testing and stuff like more smoothly and more easily once we feel it's ready. I have to be honest, I don't have a date at the moment, and if I did, I will of course share it with the community. But I think we're on our way. Of course, it's our task to continuously move things around to not be like, okay, we have this, you know, kind of like stuff in things. No, the things are always like working in that. But I think, of course, it's going to be challenging. You know, I think we're going to be pioneers in the industry to implement different kind of solutions, not only getting married with blockchain, but like DAG solutions, which is also an amazing topic. I've been researching a lot about it, so it's quite amazing. But as well, I think we prefer to like have some improvements and like continue our research and development instead of starting delivering things that are not quite done and like complete at the time. But I think that the Dag implementation is a topic that is very interesting, and of course you will see it on our platform.
Yeah, that's kind of leads me to what my next question was going to be. You know, as rumor has it that you guys have been looking into Dag technology rather than just blockchain technology. I was going to wonder if that was true. You kind of already answered that. Now, is there potential that Horizen and all of its projects switch to Dag? Or are you guys still going to be utilizing blockchain but only implementing Dag on some platforms or projects where it makes sense?
You know, I think, you know, the co-founders and I don't know, the team, they have some pretty good surprises for us. I have to be honest, because for me, it's also discovering new stuff at the same time we are working and delivering stuff. We do have some very cool plans when it comes to really change the game in the industry. Because I know Rob, I know Rolf, I know all the guys from all the team, our team members. And they have these really cool ideas. They didn't want to kind of like marry to a whole concept like we were talking. They are kind of like more risky guys. They want to kind of like see what's out there and be pioneers in the industry. So I'll have to say that we will have some of that, but I'm not quite sure yet. Well, when will it be, you know, kind of like live or like more tangible for our community?
Awesome. Well, that's really interesting. So we really covered the rebranding. We're understanding how you guys came to the conclusion of Horizen and why you went with that. We talked about some of your scaling solutions on the way, your governance system on the way, and the rumor of Dag Technology. Is there really anything else you want to mention while I still have you?
Last but not least, I would really like to invite people to like really take the time to look out for our project, to really start participating, asking questions, get on the bi-weeklies. Because we really like to be very close to the community. Every 2 weeks, as you know, we have our bi-weekly call on the YouTube channel. We are kind of like in all around the social media and channels. So I really am always kind of like trying to interact with people because they're the ones that like bring the cool ideas and the projects and the inputs, which is really important for us. I've seen that, you know, like from me and my coworkers, which I think it's amazing. So I think that you and the people really have to stay tuned to what we have, because there are some amazing and very, very cool things still, you know, ahead.
That's awesome. Now, guys, we do have some other interviews with Rob Viglione, who is the co-founder of Horizen. So if you want more in-depth information on the project and some of these products we kind of touched base with here, make sure to check those out in the interview section on our YouTube homepage. Give them a watch. Let us know what you guys think in the comments section below. Also in the description section, like I said, any web addresses, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff will be in the description below as well. So until next time, guys, stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrency right here at Learn Crypto. Thanks, Angie.
Bye-bye. Thanks.